Back to college football we go, and if you're a Cyclones fan, what do you got to look forward to? Well, you got some pretty good players on your squad. They struggled, though, on offense, scoring just 25 points per game. The only Big 12 team to average fewer last year, 0 for 12, Kansas Jayhawks. The defense wasn't much better, giving it more than 450 yards, nearly 33 points per game. Iowa State allowed at least 45 points 4 times last season. But they do have good personnel, trust me. But after 6 straight losing seasons, they have a new boss in Ames. Matt Campbell takes over for Paul Rhodes. Campbell went 35-15 over 4 seasons at Toledo, led the Rockets into the playoff rankings in 2015. So here is the bio blast from the new head coach, one of the hottest names coming out of the mid-majors over the last couple of years. 3 9-win seasons since 2012. Been a winner at every level with national championships as a player and assistant at Mount Union, as well as a MAC West Division title in 2015. And now look to turn that Iowa State program into a winner sooner rather than later. And joining us now here on SportsCenter is the new head coach at Iowa State, Matt Campbell. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. You played Iowa State when you were a head coach at Toledo. You lost on the road, you come back and beat them at home, and all of a sudden now you're the head coach at Iowa State. What was it about this particular job that appealed to you?
Well, I tell you, playing 2 years ago out at Iowa State, and we took our Toledo team to play out there with really no expectations of what we would find. But when we got there that day and the game day environment, the passion, the energy, and really the fan base, I was blown away by what we saw. And I remember leaving there that day and calling home to my wife and saying, this is a really special place. And obviously playing them again a year ago and then getting a chance to meet our leadership team, you know, a great athletic director in Jamie Pollard, a great president in Stephen Leith. Their vision and their leadership was really impressive to me. And I said, you know, we got a chance to do something really special here at Iowa State.
You had a lot of success in a very short period of time at Toledo. 4 years as head coach, you went to 3 bowl games, and that's why so many other programs were looking at you to maybe take over their program. Now you're in a Power 5 conference. What is it about that experience on the mid-major level that enables coaches like yourself to go on and climb the ladder and have a lot of success in the Power 5s?
Well, I think for me, it's beginning that process and being a head football coach, and certainly understanding the work ethic, the time, the commitment. How do you build a culture within your own program to sustain success, not just have it, but sustain success. And then as you go into a program like Iowa State, having to rebuild that culture and really rebuild expectations within the program to get to a point where you can have that kind of success.
Let's talk about what's going to happen on the field this year. In order to have good success, you got to have good players. You have some very talented ones, especially on offense. What's going to be the key to building that culture you were talking about earlier of success and sustaining it over a long period of time, including with the personnel you have now?
Well, you're so right in some of our players. You know, we're fortunate to come into a quarterback situation where we've got a young man that's come back that's had some success in Big 12 football, and Joel Lanning. Michael Warren, a tremendous talent at the running back position. Alan Lazard, maybe one of the best wide receivers in college football. And I think for us to continue to improve and really start to build a great foundation is our great players have to embody that every day. They've got to come to work every day and become the best and perfect their craft. And I think that's infectious. Great players have this innate ability to make everybody else around them play at their level. And I've been really proud of what I've seen from that group. And, you know, it's been a really fun experience to coach those young guys so far and watch them continue to get better.
Now, at 36 years old, you're the youngest coach in the Power 5 conferences right now. You took over for Cliff Kingsbury down at Texas Tech, so congratulations on that one. How does that help you or hurt you in dealing with your players and having them subscribe to that culture that you want to get to in terms of being accountable and then growing and still be successful both in the classroom and on the field?
Well, I think number one is we can continue to put ourselves back in their shoes, you know, and understand, you know, we're not so far removed from this recruiting process, from this playing process, from all the challenges that 18 to 22-year-old young people go through today as they go into a college football program and then try to not only play football, but also get an education.
Right.
And it's still about the student-athlete experience for us. And so I think putting ourselves back there and then again, having great mentors, you know, for me, it's not even about age being a number, but I think all of us coaches, it's about who have we learned from, who are those mentors, who are the people that have helped instill what values we have, not only in the game of football, but in the game of life growing up. And being so fortunate to have some great mentors in my life before I had this opportunity to become a football coach.
Well, let's help our viewers at home get to know you a little bit better. Let's play a quick game of What's In. What's in your iPod? What kind of music do you listen to?
Well, I'm eclectic. I got a little bit of everything,
Okay.
but probably topping the list for me is Zach Brown Band and Van Halen.
What's in your garage? What kind of car do you drive?
Oh, easy, a Ford. My grandfather worked at
Yeah?
Ford his entire life, so it's always a Ford something. Right now, a Ford Explorer.
What's in your DVR list? What shows do you watch at home?
This is probably a guilty pleasure. So we're huge in terms of big sports guy, but on Thursday night, Grey's Anatomy. My wife and I got to watch it every Thursday night.
Travel bag. What's in your travel bag? You leave home, what do you have to have with you?
Well, my Iowa State cap. So if you see me coach, I'm always got the same hat on all the time. That's always in my travel bag.
What's in your wildest dreams?
Wildest dreams is the opportunity to build something really special and build something that hasn't been done before. And now I got a chance to do it here in Ames, Iowa.
Well, good luck to you. This upcoming season should be a good one. And by the way, open up the season against Northern Iowa September 3rd. Good to see you.
Thanks so much.